Hi snooker fans, Emma Maplin and Curtis Braithwaite here for Dafasnooker.com. We're here with Shaun Murphy on Media Day. Shaun, how are you?
Very excited.
I can tell by your face.
Very, very excited. I think everyone, no matter where you come from, like if you drive, you go up the M1 or whatever motorway, and then you come off down the Parkway, and you just, as soon as you get down the way, you see the skyline of Sheffield, you go, woo-hoo-hoo. It's here, very excited. Very happy to be here and can't wait to get on.
It's good to see you. You're looking very smart, as always.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, bit of a dress down day for me. I usually wear a tie for the media day, I think, but it's very hot outside.
Yeah, we'll let you off
so,
today, Shaun.
Thanks very much, yeah, thank you.
Right, so preparation leading up to the tournament. How's it going? How are you feeling about your game?
Yeah, funny one actually, because I went all the way to Beijing and got pumped 6-0 by Chris, who then has gone ahead and qualified for here. He played unbelievably well against me. In fact, he played so well I was able to get back to my hotel quickly, jumped on the next flight, which was in 2 hours. Wow. And was home probably before he hit another ball in the second round. So, in a funny kind of way, losing early in Beijing might have been a backhanded silver lining, because I've been at home practicing when I can. I've been having lots of treatment on my neck, and able to put a bit of work in when I've been able to. So, I mean, that could all be worthless. I might get pumped 10-0, but I might not.
How is your neck?
Yes, it's better than it was in Llandudno. For sure. I was very anxious getting on the plane to Beijing. You can twitch your neck, can't you, in those seats? I was a bit worried about that, but I managed to get in and out unscathed. I've been having regular physio on it, and that really aggressive manipulation seems to be the one that works best for me. But I can only take a couple of sessions a week of it. It's just so aggressive. My physio, Tom, he's an absolute machine. I think he may have been a Marine. Or some kind of Secret Service operative, because he just beats me up twice a week, but he's very, very good. And when I've been to see him for a bit, it gives me the chance to put a few hours in practicing, so it's not all bad.
Good man. I mean, Shaun, like you said, Jamie Jones up for you. Jamie likes to get on with the game and attack. You certainly like to get on and attack.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a game that suits you, because there's a couple that probably wouldn't suit you so much, but this game pretty much suits you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I describe Jamie as a proper snooker player.
Yeah.
I think he's a player's player.
Yeah.
And as a player who's sat and watched him a number of times, he plays the shots that you would want to play. Even if he gets them wrong, the fact he's attempted those shots, you think, fair play, like, that was a classy shot. He's beat me here before. He beat me here on his debut.
Yeah, I remember.
And so I'm hoping for not a repeat of that.
Bit of revenge, eh?
This venue does funny things to people. You walk out there, it either boosts you up 10%, or it can deflate you and you can go into your shell. And unfortunately for me, Jamie loved it here. He loved playing here. He played really well. So, I've got my hands full from round one, and just got to hope I get to 10 before he does.
It was the same for you last year. I remember us doing the media day last year. We had Bing Tao last year, and we were talking about the same thing, wasn't it? Just refreshing sort of player, comes there, attacks, gets on with it.
Yeah.
And it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to say he plays properly, because I'm not really sure what that means.
Yeah.
But there won't be many 30-plus minute frames, I wouldn't have thought. It will be pretty quick-fire snooker. We'll both be trying to win rather than playing not to lose. Yeah. That's quite a big difference. We'll both be going out trying to beat each other. And I'm sure either way it'll be a great match.
I mean, Shaun, 2005, such a special year for you. You actually won it here. I mean, it was the pinnacle for all young snooker players to finally lift the World Championship, which you did in 2005, pal. And I know you must thinking against yourself, it's your time again soon, isn't it, Shaun?
Yeah, well, it's weird, because I've kind of done my career backwards.
Yeah.
I won the biggest of the lot the first time up, and if I could have chosen, if I could be picky, I'd love to have won that tournament a bit later in my career, having won a few smaller events. But I wouldn't change it for the world. But 13 years ago, I did a snooker exhibition for some kids in Sheffield last night. There are kids at that exhibition that weren't on this planet
when you won it.
When I won it, I mean, that's just mad. Like, I feel so old.
Yeah, does it make you feel old?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm playing little Ben who's only 8. He's got no idea. You won the what? Yeah, right, whatever. He doesn't care. And I think, so listen, I'd love to win it again. Of course, it's easy for me to say if I never win it again, I'll be happy. But there's a very special little, quite elite club reserved for players that win this tournament more than once.
Yeah.
I'm not in it, and there's only one way in.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shaun, you're saying you're not in that club, but you are in one massively elusive club, and that is Triple Crown Club, mate. Because that's what you have done. Also win the Champions of Champions, which was another massive event as well. So no matter what happens in your career from this day onwards, being a Triple Crown winner in this era, which for me is the hardest era for me is a sensational achievement, man. Something you should be really proud of.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am proud of that, and you know, to complete that with the Masters victory 3 years ago was very, very pleasing. But as I say, you know, as that sentence leaves my lips, that was 3 years ago I won the Masters, and you know, I've been in some major finals since. I was in obviously the final here that year, and I've been in the UK finals since. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, when I'm an old man, I won't look back and wonder how consistent I was. I've had 5 finals this year. I've only won one of them. Now that's fantastic, but you know, 20% strike rate isn't what I'm after. So there's room for improvement. I'm very thankful for what I have and for the opportunities I've had, but I'd like to do better.
Absolutely, pal.
Shaun, I just wanted to ask you how you feel when you're waiting to go out there. Does the excitement overtake the nerves, or is it a 50? How do you feel standing there waiting?
It's horrific. It's like anyone who's jumped out of a plane, which I haven't. But you know, you're stood there watching all these people go, right, you're next, and then you hear Rob Walker goes, and you just watch a player walk out, and you go, oh my,
do your legs go?
It's me next.
You get jellified?
Yeah, very much so.
Really?
I mean, it's just the best it gets. Obviously, we play in much bigger arenas, we play in bigger venues around the world, but this is the one. And that little wait backstage, and then you hear Rob Walker starts introducing you, calls your name. You just try and get through the curtain without tripping up. I nearly went down the stairs one year. That was quite embarrassing. But nothing will cap my debut walkout here, where I walked out in 2002. As I was putting my ice in my glass, the MC, Alan Hughes, started introducing Stephen Hendry, who I was playing. As they introduced him, the crowd went mental, the roof lifted off, I shook, I spilt my bottle of water everywhere down the set, and nothing could beat that.
Quality pass.
Shaun. Right, well, look, we'll let you go and relax and do whatever you're going to do. But all the best in the tournament.
Thank you very much.
We'll catch up.
I hope so.
Really
Thank
soon.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers, Shaun. Top man.